Hello again, welcome to my next video for my do-it-yourself Midi controller, Arduino based Midi controller, controlling my atomic amps amplifier. And my latest modification is I've added a Bluetooth module, a HC06 module, to the controller unit here to communicate with an Android smartphone. And I've just hit that. Go back. Alright, my clumsy fingers, I'm having to use my old phone to film this, which has got limited space, so I'll get through this as quick as I can. But just to show you the functionality for doing this, is the first application I'm going to open is the Android Pro. I paid just under $10 for this app, and what it does is, when it opens, it replicates functions that are already on this board from my previous videos to change the options and change the solo, the song, and a few other things, which I won't go through all that because I've done that before. But these buttons do it. So if I hold on the up button, right, it's now connected. There it is, going up. You might hear that's got a vibrate function on it. Now if I hold the up button, it'll go through 10 of them and then speed up. And the down button, the set list down button, just does the same thing. Down we go. The other buttons are replicating those functions again that I've been through before, but just to show, up, I can change the name, the song for that, for set list number 31, and down changes it back. The solo buttons changes which solo channel patch is going to be activated. That's the solo button there, so I can pick what its solo setting is. So you can see as I'm pressing this up button, it's going through the options. There are 4 reds, 4 greens, and 4 blues, and we'll pick that one there. And the last function is, you can see it's picked the solo function there. The last one is the minimum volume pedal, and the volume pedal's in the heel down position. This will set what, so I'm pressing the up button here, what the minimum volume is. So it's 30%, just hold that down, 30% of volume at the heel down, all the way down to 0 if you want. I'm pressing the down button here, just holding that down. Go back up again. I usually make that about 40% because it's not linear. So that app replicates pedal pull functions. Not a great amount of use for that playing live, but makes setting up the controller unit much easier, even than the wireless controller unit that I've got for doing similar functions. This is easier to use and has more options than the wireless controller. Now, the next thing I have to do is I'm going to change to a different app. The first thing I've got to do is end that app here. So even if I navigate out of the app, it still maintains its Bluetooth connection. You have to actually end it. There's probably an easier way, but that's what I do. So make sure I've ended that, and just to be sure, I'll press a reset button and reset the pedal board so the Bluetooth module is ready to communicate with this other app, Serial Monitor Free. Open that up.
Welcome to Serial Monitor app.
Yep, welcome. Thank you very much. Now, what this is doing is taking serial messages from the Arduino board, printed from the Arduino board to the Bluetooth module, and sending them to this application on the phone and displaying here. This is basically a serial monitor with a little bit of formatting from the Arduino to make it work. Why won't you focus? please connect Bluetooth device, which I'm going to do now. And there it is, a HCO6 unit. So as I said, it's the common HCO5, HCO6. Only costs.
Bluetooth is successfully connected.
Thank you for that message. It costs a few dollars, less than $10. I can't remember what I bought for on eBay from China. Cheap as. Now, what this is going to do is, as I press the up button here and down button on my pedal board, it will show me the song. So the current song is Margaritaville, and the next song is Lay Down Sally. If I just press, now the current song, I just press the up button, is Lay Down Sally, and the next song is Fall at Your Feet, Crowded House. Press the up button, fall at your feet, and So Long, Handle with Care, Travelling Wilburys. So I press the down button, it goes back. So this is very useful because I have my main guitar is a Strat with a floating bridge, so that means I've got to take two guitars in case I break a string, and the other guitar is a Les Paul, which means I've got a big range of sounds. So a lot of effort to bring two guitars, but for good reason, and might as well make use of it to have a Les Paul to play those different sounds that only a Les Paul can play. Also, I'm swapping between acoustic and electric, which means I can always know what the next song is, so I can be ready to change. So it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're playing on stage, you're multitasking to a fair extent, especially if you have to sing, and just not having to process information like, where is the set list? Where am I in the set list? What's the next song? What does that mean in terms of what guitar I'm supposed to have, etc., etc. This just means less workload. It actually makes life a lot easier. I haven't actually used it live, but this is going to be good. You might have heard that text to speech. I mute that. The person who designed this app put that in. I can see how it might be useful, but not for what I'm doing. So that's muted. How this also can work, I've got my wireless controller here, is I don't like standing up playing acoustic. It just doesn't feel right. I sit down to play an acoustic, which means I'm generally away from my pedal board, and I use a Aurora unit, Fishman Aurora unit, for my acoustic effects. It has EQ and tuner, and it blends IR files with your straight, if your dry signal. Very clever unit, but I'm not going to be at the pedal board, so I want to scroll up, because one of the other things it does is, if you look at this one, Fall at Your Feet 13, that's setting 13 on the Fishman Aurora. I think Aurora is the name of it. The very popular, well-known unit. It's setting number 13, and I go to the next song. Opportunity is setting number 11, so I know that information. The other thing this does is, as I mentioned, this solo function. So if I press the solo button, it's going there. This unit will display solo. So pressing the solo button to go back to the setlist patch, it goes there. Now I'm just going to press the solo button now. It tells me I'm in solo mode. Now if I press the solo button again, we're out of solo mode and back to where we were. And that works just the same if I want to pick one of these other solo patches here. As soon as it says solo, I'm pressing them solo. As soon as I press this again to go back to the set list, which I'm going to do now, it goes back to the set list. So just, I can look at it and say, you're in solo mode. Maybe that's not worth it, but it's nice to have. And I can use this away from the pedal board, as I said. The other reason I want to be able to do this, for example, if I'm not at the pedal board but I'm playing acoustic, is my next project is to fit this with a DMX controller. So it's going to send a MIDI signal to a DMX, not fit it with a DMX controller, but put the whatever's required in place to send a signal, probably a MIDI signal, to a DMX controller and change DMX controlled lighting. So the lighting can be specific to the patch and displayed here. So everything's happening based on the pedal board. I've never bothered with lighting before because it's too much bother. But controlling it, and now this says would allow me to control lighting, because those audio chase processes where the lights chase the audio signal based on mic, it's just dumb. It's not a lighting effect, it's just random lighting, really. I know they're supposed to go with the bass pedal. Anyway, I'm not going to go on a rant about audio triggered lights, but you might as well just turn on a red and a blue light and so that's my lighting effect. Those things are distracting. Anyway, so the wonders of modern technology, and I think I'll leave it at that. Thanks, bye.